Wow. This one definitely needs a new bag. New board. Look at that. My gosh. What could have possibly have been in that bag and board? Oh yeah. But this thing's it's a little beat up, but I bought it that way. It's got a little hole right there. It really does. Can you see it? Can you see the, there it is. Can you see the light over here? It's like right there. Yeah, we're going to check out this comic book. And talk about the X-Men a little bit today. All right, let's get to it. Hey there, welcome back to the Comics Coffee Table. 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, daily. We leave behind the world's problems for a few moments in our busy day. We get together, we pull up a chair at this coffee table of ours. Pull up a chair, get a cup of whatever it is you shove it under your nose. Sometimes I drink tea. Come on in, pull up a chair to the coffee table. Thank you so very much for tuning in again. This year, we are going to rebag, reboard, and rebox my entire collection. All these long boxes have done their job. They've protected the comic books, and now they need to be replaced. Just switched over, you know. So, I'm using my platform to amplify the voices of... All right, I got a simple show, and one of the missions of my show, our conversation, is to drive home the importance of going to your local comic book shops to get supplies. I needed fresh supplies. Chances are you may as well also. I needed... What did I need? I needed new bags. I needed bags. I needed acid-free boards. You know, I got boards. Coated one side, you know. Certified acid-free. Gotta look for that, you know. These aren't Mylars, but they'll do. That's what the comic book shop had. You know, it's really hard to find the Mylar ones these days. They'll be, you know, it'll happen, I guess, you know, but yeah, I'm an advocate of, hey, when the comic book shops are gone, well, they're gone. That's it. And they're starting to close here and there. So let's appreciate what we got while we've got it, and let's help redistribute our wealth in the sense of equity and the fairness of having the choice also to be like, hey, let's keep our comic book shops alive and open and the lights on, and not only get our new releases there, but get all of our supplies. So thank you very much. And remember that although that we're using these two books, you can find the links in the description to their Amazon page. This is the Overstreet Guide to Grading Comics, sixth edition, published 2021, and the most current copy of the Overstreet Comic Book Price Guide, the 52nd edition. And my parents gave these to me for Christmas. So this year, is dedicated to my parents. Thank you very much. My mom and my stepdad, Hoppy. That's his nickname. So I call him Hoppy Poppy. He digs that. I do too. And thank you guys. I love you. And yeah, so I'm going to not only rebag and reboard and rebox, I'm going to get a sense of maybe how valuable my collection can be, and perhaps identify chunks of it while I'm at it, runs that I could perhaps sell. And I can, you know, have a good sense of like what's a fair price for this. You know, if you have any legitimate or kind of concerns or questions about the quality and the value or the condition of your comic books, I would suggest to you to go to your local comic book shop, and they can professionally answer your question. I just want to say that this show is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional grader. I am a seeker of information, and I'm continually a student to my beloved hobby, and hopefully you are too. So let's get to it. Yeah, we hit the cold open with this magazine. This has so many dings. I bought this as a readable copy. This has got to be about a 4 or so, if I remember correctly, what the grade was. And but look at this beautiful cover. Yeah, this is why I bought it. It's a readable copy. This is perhaps my 3rd copy of this. I had this when it came out. $2. Wow, when did this come out? This, damn, doesn't say. Doesn't have, when did this come out? Pika, you gotta get better at this. New Teen Titans, X-Men. I don't know. Let's look at the wiki. The wiki! It just says publication date 1982. It doesn't have a date like when it came out. Yeah, huh? I had it probably in 1983 or 4 to but $2 using the CPI calculator. Let's say January of 1983 let's be nice. $2. With $6.07. Wow, this must this was a gift or something. I don't remember the story. I remember having it, and I remember parting ways with it twice in my life, and that I got it just for the story and the nostalgia value and this art. I mean, look at this wonderful art. It's by Walt Simonson. Oh, I love this. This is great. Walt Simonson did this cover as well. Chris Claremont wrote this. Walter Simonson penciled it. Terry Austin inked it. Tom Warachowski, of course, did the lettering. Glynis Wine did the colors. Louise Jones was the editor. Louise Jones will eventually marry Walter Simonson, and you might know her affectionately as Wheezy Simonson. Louise Simonson. That was Louise Jones. And I was doing research for this very episode right now, and I fell down a rabbit hole you wouldn't believe. I ended up spending an hour looking at old X-Men covers, little synopses. I spent, it's at the marvel.fandom.com. It's a wiki. It's a great database, and it's got cover scans and synopses. But one thing that I'm awestruck about is that between 1980 and 1988, the Uncanny X-Men title was predominantly edited by a woman, and those I grew up on Uncanny X-Men specifically in the 1980s. I'm a huge X-Men fan. Now I love DC comics. I loved those Earth 1, Earth 2 meetings before the crisis. Bag. Board. Yep, and get in there. This is, like I said, this is a readable copy that I got to read. Okay. But Pika did some homework. And damn. Today, Marvel and DC Presents featuring the Uncanny X-Men and the New Teen Titans. At a 9.2, this would be $40. This is about this could be about $6. I think I paid I paid $20 for this on Amazon, including shipping and handling. It just came from, I bought it sight unseen as a readable copy. But this readable copy is probably about It's got to be under a 6.0, especially with there are just little dings all over this thing, and all over this ding. Oh my goodness! So this could be worth anywhere between $6 and $9. Sure. If I'm ever gonna, I don't want to part with this. It's not about wanting to part with it, but it's more of like, it's like I said, it's a readable copy, and it's fun. Set on some Earth that's not DC Earth, and it's not Marvel Earth. It's a weird we call it. Now we have the terminology for it, the vocabulary. It's a mashup Earth where the two teams coexisted and were aware of each other, and now they have this great cosmic double threat of Darkseid and Dark Phoenix, and of course they're like in true superhero fashion. They fight first, find out that they're on the same side, reconcile, have a big old team up, and save the day. And it's a wonderful, just an adventure, non-canonical. And look at that Robin. That is how you draw a Robin. I love this era of the X-Men. I love that Cyclops suit too. Cyclops has had a lot of cool looking suits. He really has. And now let's look up these ones. All right, remember we were talking yesterday about I'm addicted to getting as many of these publications as I can. Win a Columbia 10-speed racer. I believe it was only for 4 months, and one of these months they had a Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. So these are from, say, August 1981, street date, to January or February 1982. I've made January. Yeah. Because they see February 82, but still 81 copyright, because in fact this would be on the shelf in December. Yeah, and these are pretty decent copies because I got them for I got them at my local comic book shop. It was like buy 2 get 1 for free. And I fell for it. Not like it's not anything to fall for, but let's look them up. This is X-Men 153 and 154. And I hope you're having an awesome day. I really do. And I hope that you're clobbering your problems and not being clobbered by them over and out. Why do you say it like that, Eric? Because, it's Daryl Martini, the Cosmic Muffin, WBCN 104.1 FM, rock radio, the Rock of Boston. Growing up, Daryl Martini had this daily horoscope thing, and it says, it's a fool who's ruled by the stars. It's going to come back to me at 3 a.m. But you would have this over and out thing to it. Alrighty. Well, date 141 and 142, Days of Future Past. I literally had those. It was one of the first back issues I bought that were hanging on the wall behind the counter at my local comic book shop when I was in middle school. Not when I was a kid. I was thinking about it. This is why we fell down the rabbit hole. I was trying to figure out what was the first issue of X-Men that I bought from my comic book store. I do not recall buying these when I was a kid. I didn't. No. But I was totally aware of the X-Men, which was cool. So it's 153, 154. These would be worth about $16, $13 at a 9.0. And these are in really good condition as well. I mean, very fine is 9. That's an 8.0, so it would be worth $9. I think I paid 16 for that. Or that's what the asking price was. This was 16 and that was 19. So these are, but it's from the comic book shop. They have to keep their lights on. What's the markup? Is it about book value? Like, where do you get inexpensive comic books? What's your game? Are you into it for... What was I into? Am I... Like, wow, this is a really nice copy. No cracks on the spine whatsoever. You know what I mean? Just the yellowing of the pages. It's a slight corner. But yeah, these corners are pristine. This looks great. This is probably a 9. Yeah, these Bronze Age comics, the better that they are. I noticed that these Bronze Age comics are about 12, 16, 20 bucks. I was getting them at the... I was specifically looking for them... Oh, thank you. At the Comic-Con I went to last year, the big one was Boston Fan Expo. And I got a lot of Funnybooks there. And they were mostly Bronze Age. What is the Bronze Age? Bronze Age is between 1970 and 1984. The Copper Age begins in 1984. So these are, late Bronze Age comics. And we're going to double them up because that's how we roll here. These two are pristine. These are really great pristine comics as well. And I did not bend that. You didn't see that. But like I said, I am a sucker for these. And there's 2 more out there. One with the Spidey and the Amazing Friends logo on it, which is kind of funny too, because on October 29th of 1983, just 3 weeks rather, before my 11th birthday, when I was 10 years old, came an episode of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. It was season 3, episode 7, and it's called The X-Men Adventure, and where the Spider Friends visit the X-Men and battle a cyborg seeking revenge on Firestar. And it's the only time, I guess, and it was pretty heavy, in the show where I think the bad guy dies in that. Yeah. And let's see. There is a wiki for this. Yeah, and Siberiad, Nathan Price. Yeah, and his death is in here too. Yeah, and that was pretty heavy for a Saturday morning cartoon, but it was the first and last appearance of the X-Men in an animated form until their own show premiered, I think, in 1989. And on the Fox network. When did that premiere? X-Men. And then came a whole big slew of October 31st, 1992, almost 10 years later, comes the premiere of the huge juggernaut, no pun, of the Fox show, X-Men, the animated series. So it was 9 years in between, and since then there was like there were a few, like X-Men Evolution. There was Wolverine in the X-Men, and there's been I think there was an anime one too, but that might have been. I might be getting that confused with X-Men manga, in a way too. And I just got a couple of loose issues here. I just want to check out Astonishing X-Men Exogenesis. It's a limited series. 1 of 5. Let's see. X-Men. Astonishing. Just X-Men. Would it be under A for Astonishing X-Men? Or I can see that. Yeah. Pika, why don't you do some better research and just have these available for us? Astonishing X-Men. Astonishing X-Men. Astonishing X-Men. Astonishing X-Men. Exogenesis. July 2010 through April of 2011. $3.99 limited series. Issue 1 through 5, $4 each. With a $3.99 cover price at the time. Indeed. All right. That's good to know. Well, you're getting bagged. You're getting boarded. But yeah, I was a huge X-Men fan. I was going to say that I believe my first X-Men comic book was X-Men number 170. Why is that important? That was when Storm fought Callisto of the Morlocks, and Storm kills Callisto. Now, Callisto gets brought back to life by a Morlock that has that ability, but Storm is now the leader of the Morlocks. It was just, it was really, really cool. It was Storm the leader of the X-Men at the time too? I mean, it's been a long time. Because let's see. I think Storm was the leader of the X-Men. Wow, that's right. So that was huge too. Like I was saying, the X-Men between 1980 and 1988 were either edited by Louise Jones, who became Louise Simonson, and then one of the writers of X Factor and the creator of Apocalypse. And then she handed off to Ann Nocenti. I mean, and these were the comic books. Probably my most favorite comic book of that age was X-Men, and New Mutants as well too. I should get more new. I would love to get those early New Mutants, especially all that great Sienkiewicz art. We have been talking about comic books. We are going to continue to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. We are. And thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, turn on those notifications. Ring that bell. This is really interesting art by Carrie Andrews, who makes, cheeky, curvy women. He makes, back when sex appeal meant something to comic books. Now, now everyone has to look frumpy or something. I don't believe. I'm not going to agree to that. But I will agree to bagging and boarding and taking better care of my comic books. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. I hope that you've had a good time. You've taken a break. Now we can leave our coffee table and get back to squashing our problems and not being squashed by them. We make daily content, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. Daily. I said that already? Did I say daily? So yeah, I mean, come on by. We also make cooking content and spirituality. So you have a great day. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. And we will see you again in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.